Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live, a podcast about life, love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life's interruptions. Now, here's your host, Chris and Carlette.
Keep believing, don't go stressing, keep it moving. God, we're resting, here to help you, here to bless you. With God on our side, CNC Life.
What's happening in radio? No, this ain't radio. This is
blog
world or something like
live,
that.
YouTube, Facebook.
Yes, this
Hey,
is
everybody.
the day that the Lord has
Now
made.
that it is.
And we will rejoice and be glad in it. So,
You know, that rejoicing is a choice.
rejoicing is a choice. Yes, because you could be defeated. You could feel defeated and you don't rejoice.
But you push through.
But you push through.
Let me tell you something. This hour,
Mm-hmm.
this springing forward, I am feeling it.
You feeling it?
Like right now, I'm feeling it's 9 o'clock. I mean, no.
No,
I'm feeling like it's 7 o'clock.
7
See,
o'clock.
look at that. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Still a little light outside. This little light of mine,
Oh,
I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna shine. This little light of okay. Welcome to the Chris and Carlette live show, brought to you all the way from the great state of Georgia, from the city of Atlanta, right outside of Atlanta. And we would encourage you today to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
yes. Now, we do want you to subscribe to our Facebook. However, for marketing purposes, because eventually, guys, we're going to be totally just live on YouTube. We Facebook has been good to us. It has. But we are streamlining and we're going to move this over to YouTube. That's why we are encouraging all of you to go to YouTube, find our page on YouTube, Chris and Carlette Live page, just like you found on Facebook, and go and subscribe and hit the bell for the notifications of whenever we will go live. Yes, we go live every Monday evening, but what if we do a pop-up? You know, like a couple of weeks ago, we did 3 days of shows. Like,
Yes.
that was like a 3-day. It was a little marathon for us, you know, and while on vacation. So, we are here.
I was on vacation. You had to work.
Only 3 days, Chris. Only 3 days.
Okay. Corrected.
It's the pettiness.
I was on vacation. I didn't have time. I didn't have the ability to enjoy my wife because. Okay.
So all those who's joined in so far, are you watching YouTube?
I'm trying to get
All those that's watching us so far, we thank you. Hey, go ahead and send it to a friend. Send them a text, you know, or tag them in the comments, like, so they can come on over, because we're going to talk about something that's old, tried and true, budget system that is coming back with the younger generation. I'm talking, you can find TikToks, you can find how to do it, and they are younger. We're talking 20s. They are doing the budgets, and I love it. They're doing these little wallets. So we'll get into that. I just love it because that's progress. They have a mindset to save. And we'll also talk about, you know, another thing that's a trend that's happening with this envelope budget system. So how was your weekend, though?
My weekend was fantabulous. I had the great opportunity to experience my middle son at his second quarterback training.
It was his second?
Yeah.
No.
It wasn't the fourth, so it is either the second or the third.
Okay.
But anyway, nonetheless, we are taking.
One moment.
Be quiet, Siri. We are taking the time out to. I believe that it's good that as parents, you have to give your children the desires, the positive desires of their heart.
Okay.
And one of the desires of Evan is to be the QB coach for the University of Georgia.
He wants to be the coach.
No, I mean not the coach, but the QB quarterback for the team. And so he's passionate about this. He's asking me every day about he wants to go outside and throw the football, and so I got him a football quarterback coach, and whose name is Ricky Dobbs. Ricky, I found out, was he held one of the titles for most rushing yards or something like that, 27 for Navy.
Oh, okay.
He went to Navy.
Okay.
So, but anyway, Ricky and Evan worked out on this past Saturday, and let me throw this clip up so you can see my son.
Go.
Welcome to Chris and Carlette Live,
5-step drop
a
back.
podcast about life,
Go.
love, and overcoming obstacles. Each week, we discuss the good,
So I was telling them during the today, I was like, well, Evan can be the quarterback and Christian can be his manager.
Okay.
You know, since Christian desired to play football, but you know, the Lord took him in a different path for right now, and so I was like, well, worst case, you know, hey, let's make Christian his manager, you know, our coach or what have you. But so as he walks in the room, that's showing that we're live here, folks. We're live in the studio. So yeah, so that's what we did this weekend, and you cooked.
Hey, Sister Marilyn.
You cooked an awesome dinner on yesterday, but
I'm waiting on Sister Marilyn to fry me some
Don't do
pork
that.
chops.
so you cooked an awesome, I mean, the first time ever apple pie.
Yes.
And let me tell you, as one of our old pastors used to say, that kind of food make you slap your granny. That apple pie was so good. Now, if y'all know anything about Carlette's pound cakes, lemon pound cakes, I think, and then so Carlette, she's first started with the lemon pound cakes. Then she moved over to the carrot cake. Now the carrot cake is fire, you know, but this apple pie she made yesterday, it make the diabetic want some.
And you know what? I didn't. It's all about picking the right apples. I didn't have to use a lot of sugar.
Hey, Marilyn Chappelle. Yes. No, that thing was good.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
what we got today?
Well, we got a lot going on today. I was gonna say, I appreciate you loving on my food though, for real. Giving me the props. I appreciate that. So here's the thing. So
Saving money can be one of the toughest things in life, but there is hope. This new method of budgeting has proven to work, and what's even better, it is especially designed for low-income people. It's called cash stuffing, and it's a method of dividing your cash into envelopes for various spending needs or goals. Here's how it works. You take a set amount of money out of the ATM at the beginning of each month and divide it up into cash stuffing envelopes for groceries, shopping, and other areas where you need cash on hand. The goal is to never spend more than what you've put in each envelope, though you can move money between them if needed. And at the end of the month, any money left in each envelope goes into savings. Cash stuffing solves all the saving challenges. Cash stuffing is designed for beginners in budgeting. As long as you trust yourself not to spend more than what's in your envelopes and to set aside whatever's left over at the end of the month, this system works like a charm.
Hey y'all, so I thought I would do a flip through of my high priority / adulting sinking funds binder. You'll see why I call it my adulting binder, y'all. The categories, they're just giving adulting. But anyway, aside from my revolving funds such as car maintenance, health, Lauren's dance and school savings, this is where I house my long-term savings. Once I hit a certain amount saved in these long-term categories, I put that money in my Capital One high-yield savings accounts and replace it with prop money in my envelopes. So that is the pretty money that you see. It's just a way for me to keep a physical representation of what I have already saved. So I hope you enjoyed. Bye.
So you could tell by both of them, they were young, okay? And they're finding the little binders. They're finding like big plastic like envelope size containers that they can store their envelopes in. And so looking at Dave Ramsey, he said, think of the budget categories that need a cash envelope. So you might not do it for rent and mortgage because that you know what that is every month, okay? But he said choose categories that you usually tend to bust your budget on. So if you can only afford to spend $40 on entertainment or going to a restaurant, that needs to be in there. And that tells you don't overspend on this. Don't overspend this $40. That includes drinks, desserts, that includes tip, all of that. Whatever it is for that month or that paycheck, however, you want to do it. So some of the categories he said was groceries. And I can tell you for a fact, it really works with groceries. If you only have $150 in there, you will not, if you want to be disciplined, you don't spend over that $150. That includes tax. And that's when you really start learning the coupon. I'm telling you, I did this system years ago and it does work. Restaurants, like I said, gas money. Okay. Now, if there's a situation where you need to pull money from another to fund gas, but you budget, if you know you're going to go on a trip, you budget your money to have enough gas money in that envelope for that month or that paycheck, in that envelope for gas. Okay. Medicine, hair care, personal maintenance, car maintenance, personal items, entertainment, and gifts. These are usually the categories that you overspend. You're not going to overspend on your rent or mortgage or utilities. It's these other categories, amenities, ancillary things, that you may tend to overspend on because you're in the moment. And what has happened is these moments come and then next you there's an overdraft or you have you got to pull from something else that was more of a necessity. This allows for you to see how you spend, have a budget, and the key to it, if there's any money left over in the envelopes for whatever reason, you either you put it in a savings. You don't spend it on something. It's not to get a treat. You take that and put it in the savings, and that builds up your savings, or you can let it go into the next month. But they really push, like he said, spend only what you put in each cash envelope. Don't forget, when your money's gone, it's gone. If you want to go to the store but don't have enough money, raid the fridge for leftovers. Do a pantry challenge. Dig through your pantry to see what you can find and make dinner without having to hit the grocery store. The advantage of this, it keeps you on track. It enforces a discipline. It holds you accountable. It makes it pretty hard to overspend. So it also lessens the feeling of you have more month than money. It helps even with that. It helps with the whole paycheck to paycheck and you don't know where your money went or you didn't save anything. This is a system that is also referred to as cash stuffing. Okay, that is you'll see that more with that cash stuffing, and you'll see people say, "Okay, I'm stuffing," but there's also when you unstuff, and when you unstuff, that's when you take whatever's left out at the end of that cycle, whether it's the month or the paycheck, before you fill them up again, whatever is left. You take what's left and add it to savings, add it to a future trip fund or something like that. But yes, and this has been effective. Also, you can add it to the emergency fund. If you have money, you're already going to have something set aside for that. But if you have something left over from the other categories, you add it again to the savings, to the emergency. What do you want to say?
None. I'm just listening. When did we do that?
We did it when we see you didn't do it. I did it. I mean, you didn't engage in it. I did it. We were in a class. You were sitting right there in the same class with me.
Okay. Well, praise the Lord.
And we had our binder, our box, all that. So I did that, and I did see a difference. I see a difference. I mean, I saw a difference when I did it.
Shoot, now you're gonna have to pull out your money and put it in a box where these banks closing.
Listen. I wouldn't be surprised more people do it. It's even people, they're making them and selling these little binders so you can be organized. So there is another thing. Another thing he said is another thing to do with the extra cash at the end of your month or before you start stuffing your envelopes again. He said, put it toward your debt snowfall. So say, for instance, you got a credit card that has a high balance, and yes, you made your payment, but you can actually apply to make more on that to go towards your principal. That's another idea he said. Again, he said, remember that this is about against overspending. Overspending. Now, you have to, be careful. If you're known for this, then people are like, oh, she always got cash on her. Well, that's it. That's not if you haven't emptied them or did what you're supposed to do with it. But be careful with your money because once money gone, it's not replaced. It's not digital. You can't call the bank and say, hey, somebody took my cash. Oh, well, there's no proof. So I would say that would probably be the only downside to this system is, just securing the bag, literally, your own. And so, okay, can you talk about something? Somebody just asked me to send a link to them.
Okay, well, I do have an important announcement to make, a couple of announcements that if you, we would like for you to jump over to YouTube and like, share, and subscribe. We're so many, I think probably about less than 20 subscribers shy of 200. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you would just indulge us and just to subscribe so we can build our YouTube, because I think we have over 500 on Facebook, but we would appreciate you if you just go to YouTube and subscribe. Second announcement is my birthday is coming up on this Thursday. And I'm so excited. I would have caught up to my old brother-in-law. Javon Blakely, pastor, bishop, apostle Javon. I finally caught up with him. It's only a few months in the year that we're the same age, but he is older than me. So I might go live on my birthday. How about that? Talk about birthdays and stuff. Yes. Yeah, I might go live. Huh.
That depends. I have things planned, so you really don't know.
On Thursday?
Yes, I do.
You said you didn't have anything planned. You said
you
something.
asked me about the evening. Stuff is still developing.
Oh.
It's hard to surprise somebody. It is, and I got pre-birthday shenanigans the night before, just me and him. And then I have something, so far set on his birthday. So I just, you got to be open. Okay.
We're going to see.
So, okay. I want to go back to what if I have money at the left in my cash envelope at the end of the month. And number one, congratulations. You came under budget. See, I thought you was going to stay on topic, but it's okay.
No, I mean, you know this better than I do.
And so he said you can reward yourself with stuff. He said, but let's think about smarter things. Like roll it over to the next month, and you can add that to maybe the clothing envelope or the restaurant envelope, or again, paying down the principal on a credit card debt, or the ultimate, adding to the emergency fund or saving it, period. In addition to what you're already saving. So there's a thing, okay, and I want you to look this up on YouTube. Quickly, called the Envelope Challenge. Man, if we just...
You just told me this. You didn't prepare me.
I ain't never seen you move this slow. Okay, so it's the Envelope Challenge. And so what you do is, it's challenging them how to save a certain amount of money. Like, it's people saving thousands of dollars in months. And I'm still trying to figure out how they're doing this. So if you can find a video,
I won't be able to play it.
You won't be able to, even if you put it up to your mic, just to hear the audio of it. So there's the one that you usually see.
They're all long.
Okay. There's the one that you usually see that it tells you how, there's a chart, okay, how to save $10,000 in 52 weeks. 52 weeks is a year. There you can buy this for $5.98. This savings challenge, this tracker planner for $5.98. You can do that. Hold on, I'm trying to get back to my. Oh, that's on there. I'm doing double duty.
They actually have the where you can buy envelopes from Amazon.
Yes, you can buy envelopes. Yes, you can definitely do that. You can buy it. It's a whole system, and this younger generation has taken it somewhere. Remember, we are in March. March, our theme is money. Last week, we talked to you all about universal life plans. This week, we're talking about an old school way of staying in your budget, the cash envelope method. There are other methods that we can talk about, but I just want to focus on this one because it's coming back, and I'm loving how the younger generation is doing it. They're becoming more savvy, more disciplined, and I think that's wonderful. Again, you just got to keep your bag safe, especially if people realize what you're doing, because you'll be excited to tell some people, but you got to be careful. Again, everybody didn't know, oh, well, she got cash on her. It's not for you. It's for what's in my category. Like, for instance, you got money. Say, for instance, you got money in personal. You got money in gifts. You got money in clothes. All these envelopes. But you done ran out of money in the restaurant.
Thank you, Dominique.
This is where this is where discipline comes in. And you get a phone call from your friend, say, hey, let's go out. Let's go out to Taco Mac. You know, let's go out to Golden Corral. Let's go wherever. Let's go out. Let's go for brunch. You need to check your envelope and see if you have brunch money. If that envelope is empty, you have to say, hey, I can't go this time. Now, if you're going to tell them it's not in the budget, that's on you. The thing is, you don't want to get into the habit of pulling money from the other categories. This is where that discipline come in to all of a sudden want it. Now you can, but then when you go use those other categories, you're short. Or what if you took it all so you can go hang out? Living it's a discipline. It is a discipline. It really is. And so, I don't want to live like that. Okay. Is your way that you're doing, is it working for you? Do you have more month than money? So all I'm saying is this is something to consider this is Money Matters March Money Matters. This is our theme for this month. And we have our guests for next week and what they're going to be talking about. But it is a disciplined life so you can get ahead. You're not thinking of it as bondage, thinking of it as organization. Thinking it's how you can see your patterns, your money behaviors. Don't y'all know your credit report is like a report card for you? It really is. And so, just all these things. He was even saying that it is so much better. Some people have said, well, can't I just do this digitally? He said, he being Dave Ramsey, I like how he said, here's the thing with the envelope system. It works better when you actually physically walking into a store to make a purchase. Because somebody asked the question, what if I pay some of my expenses online? Shopping at the grocery store, going out to eat, getting a haircut, oil change are all times when using the envelope system works really well. You can still use cash envelopes for online purchase, but it does get a little trickier. Write down the amount you budgeted for the outside of the envelope and don't spend more online than the amount you wrote down. Keep track of how much you spent and write it on the back of the envelope, just like if you were balancing a checkbook. I highly recommend going to RamseySolutions.com to get a clear understanding of this. But again, you can go to YouTube and there's so many videos, and you're going to notice is young people doing this. They're doing this, and that excites me. So, okay. Now, going back to the envelope challenge. All right. So, there's one called the 100-day envelope challenge. And what it is, every day there's an amount on the envelope, and you put the amount on the envelope in the envelope. So on day 1, put $1 in. On day 2, put $2 in. Continue this way until day 100. Mm-hmm. When your final savings deposit of 100 will bring you to a grand total of $5,050. So you can save $5,050 in 100 days. But you have to stay faithful to put that money in that envelope every day. So when it's day 50, you got to put in $50. When it's day 51, you got to put in $51.
So every day.
So every day for 100 days. So I'm just trying to figure out, is that, I start thinking about, okay, I think about beauticians or hairstylists who get paid money. Well, most of them is digital now, but They get paid cash. You remember your hairstylist would have a wad of money. You could get change. You can't get change these days when you go to the beauty shop. And you go in with your cost and your tip.
Mm-hmm. They can just transfer it on the phone.
I mean, they can do that too.
Have a separate account.
I mean, they can do that too.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
because most people use Cash App now.
But they are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, the question is, this challenge, I mean, saving $5,000 in 100 days, but you have to be disciplined. So on day 98, you put in $98. On day 99, you put in 99, and then 100. So my question is, if you do it every day, that's 100 days. If you spread out, you're just spreading out how long it takes for you to save that amount. Challenges is on TikTok, it's on YouTube. It's serious. It is really serious, and it's young people that's doing it. Not only the millennials, the ones at the generation that's after the millennials. What is their name? What's the name?
I don't know. Terrell, no, he probably part of that generation. No, he probably does.
No, he's the generation right after us.
The audio went out. Oh, maybe. Okay.
They can't hear us?
No, go ahead, Carlette.
So that's that. And somebody asked the question, $5 a week for a year? Do the math. It's $260.
Exponential. It's called.
Somebody
Gotcha.
said, how can I save $1,000 in 30 days? I'm telling you, $20 a week for 52 weeks is $1,040. What if I say $20 a week for 40 years? You end up saving $131,900.
Wow.
You save $600 a week for a year. You end up with $31,200.
Interesting.
It's all about goals and discipline.
Yes.
And not taking out what you don't have out that envelope. You don't want to make it a habit to switch up. Oh, I'll pull from my clothing fund. And then when you need a pair of pants, and those pants are $40, and all you got in there is $20, you're going to be looking for a $20 pair of pants. And it may not be what you want. So it's give and take. Another thing, I like how he said, sometimes you overspend on gifts. It's not in your budget. So buy the gift that's in your budget. So if your limit is $50, it's not $51. It's $50. Tax included.
50.
It's $50. Card included. $50 is the limit. So it teaches you how to be creative, disciplined. You'll see how your money you learn how to stretch it. You start couponing. I'm telling you, I'm a digital couponer. I may get some paper ones, but I am a digital couponer. My husband, he sees it'll be $300 worth of groceries, and we only pay $180. I'm telling you, Kroger constantly sends me coupons because I go to them every 2 weeks. With a family of 4/5, when Christian is here, oh yes, we go through groceries because I cook. So that's really all I wanted to talk to about this system.
Dominique Mack is on.
Hey, Dominique. Dominique, this is a very good. He said it's sending me. Where is it sending you, Terrell? Hey, Vontae, he's on here. Cordell, that's if they still on here. So how can I save $15,000 fast?
David Mack.
And that's another thing about this envelope system. you will start cutting out what you don't need. If you have not went to the gym, but they taking that money out your account, guess what you need to stop going? What you need to stop? You keep promising yourself that you're going to go, but they faithfully, whether you show up or not, they taking that money out your account.
Snowballing is a part of budgeting.
Yes, it is. Are you talking about debt snowball? Yes, you're building up. Yes, saving. Well, you have to already have your savings and have that allotted. And anything left, you can choose in other categories. You can choose to put it there at the end of the month. But you have to budget. I'm gonna save this much. Again, I said earlier, we were taught 70-20-10. You live off the 70, you save 20, and you give God his 10. And so it's I'm just presenting another way to budget that has come back to, and your generation, David and Dominique, and even after you, they're doing it. And they are saving money like crazy. I mean, they're on there, okay, I say I got $10,000. Now, I don't know what their income is. I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know their living arrangement. They could be living with their mama. I do not know. But I know they are doing this. But go on TikTok, go on YouTube, and watch the shorts on what these people are doing. Do a search, just put the word envelope. You're going to see the one challenge come up. And then, because envelope challenge is one thing, envelope budget system is another. I think the challenge is the budget on steroids. Because, like, again, they're showing you how you can save $5,000 in 100 days. But it's a discipline. So, listen, I'm repeating myself. I think you all get the gist of it. And if you missed it, well, you can watch the replay on YouTube, Facebook. Please share this. This is vital information that people need to know. If, again, you're like, I have more month than money, this is a good system to find out and track how you really spend your money. Or if you're giving too much in an area that needs to go somewhere else. And yes, this can be done if you have children. I did it with children. Yes.
So if you find this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe like Dominique Mack did. And
on YouTube.
David Mack on YouTube. Make sure you share this out.
Now, I want to talk about next week. Oh, okay. We got a question, a statement.
Yeah, David let's see, David Mack. Let's see, Miggity Mack. Let's see, make sure I got this right. Bam.
What did he say?
He says Dave Ramsey is a good person to listen to budget.
Yes, you wasn't on. I started off talking about him, David. You can go back to the beginning and watch the replay, and I really went through his article. I have the article pulled up here where he really explains, because we went through the Dave Ramsey class years ago. I think when it was a big marketing push, and a lot of churches, because they wanted their people free of debt. And by the end of our class, you had to be diligent to come every week. And at the end of our class, we had paid off some credit card debt. He taught us how to negotiate that stuff. And I paid off some, and it was old debt. I'm going to tell you how old it was. It was debt of his before we got married. Boom.
Well, you have to tell
No, I'm showing the effectiveness that we have a lot of power, guys, with the debt. And there is a thing called good debt too. Okay. So anyway, go back and watch the replay. This, again, definitely a good system. You don't have to get fancy. You can just go get you a little box of the plain white envelopes and a Sharpie and a marker and color them things yourself. Put it in like a little container or have it in another envelope with it, but whatever, keep it close to you. Don't be just hanging your purse and your wallet and your bill for, however you choose to do it. Don't have it just sitting anywhere, because again, it's cash. But if you go to Dave Ramsey's, RamseySolutions.com, it'll tell you the good categories, or you can go to TikTok and they'll show you how to do it. Whether you're going to do the budget system or the envelope challenge.
Or you said you had an announcement.
Okay, let's talk about next week. Again, this is March Money Matters. We have a guest by the name of Mr. Hardy Abbott. He is our guest, and he is going to talk about what lenders are looking for, because he's in the banking system. He's in the banking industry. It is his profession, and he's coming on here next week to tell us what lenders are looking for, whether it's the house, the car, the whatever. He's going to tell you the difference and what they're looking for as you plan to walk into this next phase of your life, or these major purchases you want to do. Because guess what? April, all of April, our theme is how to buy, the home buying process, how to buy it. And of course, you got to start with the finances. So just look at next week as a precursor to that. But he's going to, what lenders are looking for when you go in and you trying to pay. He told me something today that blew my mind. I was like, are you serious? And again, it comes down to discipline. Discipline. So listen, we see you next week, Monday. As I tell you every week, listen, seek the face of God, pray. Call upon him while he is near. He's here to hear your voice. He wants to hear your call. He hears the cries of his people. Okay, and if you don't know him, welcome into your heart, into your life. And, ask for the forgiveness of sin and receive him in your life. Receive Jesus on today. Listen, this world is changing, and the Lord is soon to come. So we love you. If you're praying, keep praying. If you're not praying, start praying. We love you. Take care. And we will see you next Monday on another March Money Matters topic. Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks for joining us this week on Chris and Carlette Live. Make sure to visit our website, chrisandcarlette.com. If you're on Facebook, share this broadcast. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our show. You may also find us on Apple Podcast, where you'll never miss a show. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. Let us stay in contact with you by texting CNC Live to 474747. That's CNC Live to 474747.
CNC Live.